This is LT Melton with FetchYourNews.com, and I'm here with Fannin County High School's new Rebels baseball coach, Jon Ayers. Coach, you obviously this is your first year taking over the program, and you just finished your first youth camp. Talk a little bit about taking over the program and working with the youth over the last few days.
Oh, it's been fantastic. I think this is a great community. We've been vacationing here for probably 12, 14 years now, and so I had a little bit of an idea what kind of community this was, and I'm not surprised. It's been great. Our camp, just had our first youth camp. We had close to 40 participants. All of our high school players helped work the camp. Did a tremendous job working with the kids, and I think it was a win-win for our program, win-win for the community, and a win-win for those kids in our community.
Now, Coach, you had some familiarity with Coach Dyer. He kind of helped usher you into the program. Talk a little bit about the transition of you taking over the program and some of the tools you were able to use and some of the people and coaches that were able to help you make that transition.
Well, I came up on vacation, like I said, not this past spring break, but the spring break before, and I ran into Coach Dyer and had a conversation with him that I was looking to move up this way. And he kind of gave my name and information to the administration here at the school, and one thing led to another, and an interview process began, and I was offered a job to come up and coach baseball with Coach Dyer for the first year and teach special education here at the school.
Now, Coach, Coach Dyer's built a program to where it's consistently a winner, consistently good. What are some of the things that you envision for the program, some of your expectations, some of the things that you expect to do a little differently, as well as some of the things that you saw Coach Dyer do that you'll be implementing as well?
Well, I think, you know, we haven't been in the state playoffs for the last few years, and I think that's definitely a goal of ours, is to get in the state playoffs on a consistent basis. I know before this year we were in a very difficult region. This year's region was not quite as strong as the ones in the past, but I think we've got a chance to compete. I think one thing that we really need to do is improve our athleticism. It's a big part of improving performance. And so we're going to really focus this summer through the fall on our strength program, our speed program, arm care and arm strength program, things that we have to do in order to improve our performance.
Now, I'm glad that you mentioned the region. Franklin obviously is the top team in the region, or at least was this past year. When you look at the region, obviously you had, like, you know, you being on the staff last year. What were some of the things that you saw, knowing that you would be taking the program over, that you saw in the region that maybe you'll be looking for this year, or some of the things that, you know, obviously, you know, without giving too much what you guys will be doing, some of the things that you expect that maybe that you guys will do that some of the coaches in the region will have to look out for?
Well, I think we want to instill a sense of discipline, commitment into the program that I'm not sure has been there in the last couple of years from our players, mostly, to where they're investing in the off season to make the season mean more. You know, and I'm not saying the kid didn't mean anything to the kids prior, but I think the more the kids invest in the off season, the more important the season is. And I think our region is very even. You know, Franklin won our region, and they were a very disciplined team. They played very well, but we played them close twice. And you know, I don't think there's a team in our region that we can't beat or can't compete with. You know, but there's things that we got to do better in order to be able to do that.
And now, obviously, especially in high school, when it comes to your pitching staff, it's one of probably the most important aspects of the team. What are some of the things, you guys had a young pitching staff last year, so what are some of the things you've been seeing from your pitchers since the season started to maybe guys give you guys a better outlook for next season?
Well, I think our pitching staff was young. You know, we didn't have a lot of senior innings from our pitching staff. Most of our innings were from our younger kids. And right now the strength training and the throwing program and some of the things that we're going to do in the off season to prepare our pitchers and hopefully build depth in our pitching staff is going to really benefit us next year.
Now, and one final question. Speaking of pitching staffs, you've been a coach for a while. Obviously, you're familiar with baseball. Why do you think so many young pitchers are needing Tommy John and getting hurt and having the kind of injuries that were maybe once every 30 or 40 kids is now like once every 10 to 15?
Well, I think a big reason for that is not necessarily that kids are throwing too much. In some ways, they're not throwing enough. In other words, what they'll do is they'll go to a weekend tournament, they'll go into game situations where it's competitive throwing, and they don't do the throwing they need to do to build up to be prepared for that throwing. And even with that, there are times that they need to take a break and just stop throwing for a couple of weeks or a month. And give the arm a break and then get back into it again and build themselves back up. So one of our big goals is going to be to make sure that we throw enough, and we throw enough of the right way and the right process to have so our arms are healthy and arms stay healthy.
All right, Coach. Well, I appreciate your time and good luck next season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.